Man, if you're watching day premiere, I think I'm opening like at least 2 cans of worms that I don't know how the worms are going to behave after I open them. So I guess we'll see. Hi guys, welcome to Lee Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. And we are back with the Pixies for the first time, courtesy of fellow Lee. Lee, yes, thank you for your support, brother. I appreciate you very much. We're going to be listening to 2 tracks from the album Trompe le Monde. I don't know exactly what that means, but I do know how to say it. Released in 1991, September, on Elektra Records. The Doors. That's how I always remember Elektra. We're doing 2 tracks, like I said. It's Palace of the Brine and Letter to Memphis. Apparently, they don't really exactly go together, I guess, but Lee, I guess when he listened to the album, he kind of listened to them together, sort of thing, so he wanted me to do both. That's fine by me. They're both fairly short anyway, so that works out. Palace of the Brine and Letter to Memphis. And Letter to Memphis was a single they released, I think, or a B-side for a single. That's all I know. I don't think I've ever listened to the Pixies before. I'm going to be honest. Unless they've got a big hit on the radio that I just don't know their name, you know. I don't think I've knowingly listened to them before, so this is the first time. Let's do it. If y'all aren't subscribed, help a brother out. Click that icon right below my face. I would really appreciate it. And if you leave a like and a comment, I'd appreciate it even more. Palace of the Brine by the Pixies. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, that bass, oh my god. Snare, oh my god. Machine gun. Ah. Oh. Okay. Yep, I see what you're saying, Lee. They did flow together perfectly. Apparently this is a play on a Chuck Berry song. Memphis, Tennessee, I think, or something like that. That guitar is amazing. Drummer is getting it. This is awesome. I hear some Joy Division in this. Oh my god, what is this, bro? Wow. Well, I think we found a new rabbit hole to go down. I absolutely love that. I loved every second of both of those songs. That is, as I say, right up my alley, dude. There was like hints of Joy Division at parts, especially in the drums. Reminds me of Transmission. That the second song reminded me of the sort of like the way he used his hi-hat in Transmission. But for the most part, the vocals actually are reminiscent of like the Smashing Pumpkins a little bit, like Billy Corgan's voice. I know these guys preceded them, but still, like there's a very eerie similarity between their voices there. And like I said, this is my first experience of the band, and I absolutely loved every second of that. So you got a new fan of me. All right, so let's see what we got. Black Francis on vocals and guitar, Kim Deal on bass, killing it. David Lovering on drums, he was killing it too. Joey Santiago on lead guitar. Wow, I want more, bro. If you guys have more recommendations or suggestions by this band, because I think I've got one more request for them from my Patreon community. But if you guys have any suggestions by this band, please leave it down below, because I want more, dude. That was incredible, honestly. And then Eric Feldman on keyboards and synthetics. But definitely, I mean, honestly, everyone stood out here. Like, that's what kind of took me off guard. Like, every part of those two songs was at least great, like good to great. There wasn't a bad part of it. Like, everything was mixed well. It sounded great. There was space, but still kind of confined to the sound that they were going for there. There's definitely hints of new wave, punk, a little bit of alternative rock. It's like this strange, I don't know, combination of a bunch of stuff just thrown together. And I love it, dude. It's very riff heavy. Like, the riffs are just so good. The way that the guitars play off of each other are so good. The rhythm guitar and the lead guitar, they just go back and forth perfectly. And the rhythm guitarist really fills the space out like very well, honestly, when the lead guitarist is taking a break from shredding, you know? But man, I mean, like, good God, I could just gush about that for probably the next 5 minutes, but, you know, I won't hold y'all too long. Kim Deal on the bass was just incredible, bro. I mean, like, the way that she kept up with David, I mean, wow. The bass was honestly the bare bones of that song. Like, the way that it moved, you know, like the groove of it, it was definitely real bass heavy. Like, everything's kind of turned down real low, it felt like, and then the bass is kind of higher up. I love it, man. Paired very well with the kind of lower drums as well. I kind of liked how everything was mixed very low. It's almost like you have to strain to hear it a little bit at points, but then it just kind of pops out. So good, man. I love talking about production. Like, it's the one thing I've realized about myself and this channel. I really love talking about just how it sounds, not exactly the technical nature, or what notes they're playing, or what chord progression it is, or what key it's in. It's more about like the feeling overall and what they're going for, you know? And it all depends on the times that it's created in. Usually there's some bands that doesn't apply to. They're kind of like timeless, but this is what, like early 90s, right? I said 91. So I wasn't even an idea yet. This is the final studio album before their breakup 2 years later, and there wouldn't be any new material for 23 years after Trompe le Monde. But man, that wasn't even okay. No, Letter to Memphis was a single. Yeah, about to say that was incredible. And that was just like track 7 and track 8 of a 15-track album, man. We got to do more from this album, I guess, because that was absolutely fantastic, bro. I love when we find a new band, for me at least, you know what I'm saying? And I know you guys have probably heard this, but it's new for me, so I get excited about it. So my apologies if I come off a little, not even fanboyish, but just a little joyful, you know what I mean? Like, I just love music, man. And I love when music makes me happy and it makes me talk about things and I get excited. But then I also love when music makes me sad because it helps me reflect and helps me become better. There's so many different things that music does, and it's such a it's supposed to be a healthy release and a healthy way to examine oneself from like outside of yourself, like give you a little nudge in the right direction. You know what I mean? But it can be corrupted, and music has been corrupted these days to make you feel sad, worthless, alone, or spice up, or like spruce up like some kind of really unhealthy lifestyle, or one that's just, you know, dangerous. They just push all this crazy crap through music these days, like the culture and the lifestyle they push. Not only is it usually unobtainable, but it's also very deadly and dangerous, especially in like art, like, you know, rap music and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. Like, I love hip hop. I grew up in the hood, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been, you know, there's always the gangsta stuff, obviously, but nowadays it's like on another level of just like, it's just depravity. That's what we've fallen into, and it's really sad, man. Like, we used to be such a proud race, it feels like. At least we faked it on the outside. Now we're not even faking. Now everything's just the truth. The mask is off. Everyone's just who they are, and it's kind of scary. We're playing musical chairs, so hopefully you can find a seat, right? See you later. Sorry, I got a little angry there for a second. I forgot to even say thank you. Thank you again to our patron, Lee S., for a wonderful pick. That was excellent. I don't even have words beyond that. And like I'm saying, that's just like no pretense rock and roll, basically, right there. That's just, it is what it is, and I loved it, and I want to hear more, man. And I love just like the punk and new wave influence that was kind of, you know, strung throughout, you know. It was just, like I said, a very interesting combination of things, and I loved it. All right, now I'm leaving. Bye-bye. And if you really want to join in on the fun, we have a really cool Patreon community. If you join the $15 tier or up, you get one free request a month. There's a link down in the description. Come hang out with us. We'd love to have you. We have a Discord server. It's popping. All kinds of different discussion channels and such. People talking about music, life, whatever. Just no politics there. We kind of keep it a no politics free zone. And there's also a PayPal as well in the description. But if you join Patreon, you get access to all of our full album reactions to like the Beatles, Blind Faith. There's all kinds of stuff in there. And then there's like a hella blocked videos because you know that I've got a backlog of a ton. It's on there. But we'd love to have you. All right, go. Boom.